Happy silence. Right click. Oh, misses the right click.
Looking for surrounding and he gets it on the DK. There's no TP for him anymore.
Got it. That's locked in.
Oh my god.
There's a
Oh my god. This is not a fight that Kiwikaki can win here in the upper right. Can he win it somewhere else? Oh,
But this is a moon. Does he have enough damage? Does he miscalculate this?
no
way.
Last
serious?
tunnel dead. Right click. Happy. How can you save this DK? You have no resources for a potion. Trying to nuke. Doesn't work. Step out.
Funny composition, not the right one by Johnny Cage.
Stormbolt.
Where all the priests go?
Perfect shockwave. You don't have much time. Shockwave. Here we go. One more right click. Lin. Guagua. Oh! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the penultimate day of the Dolphin Warcraft Championship, the 21,000 online World Championship of Warcraft 3. We're down to the final four. Today we got the winner bracket final, as well as the lower bracket semi-final, and then we know our three players for the top three and Championship Sunday, where we crown the champion. Because that's why it's called Championship Sunday, because that's what we do on that very Sunday. We crown a champion. Anyway, welcome to the 420th day of consecutive Warcraft streaming. No blazing here. We gotta be in tip-top shape for the grand Warcraft that's to come. Holy smokes, what a tournament, what a play. Bit meta defining here as well, but the meta seems to be a bit up in the air. We have definitely some variety in there. Gotta blaze it later. No, not doing that for 4 years. Or 5 by this time? I don't know. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is Warcraft 3 and this $21,000 tournament. I hope you've been tuning in throughout the week because the Warcraft has been fantastic. Let's take a look at the bracket. What do we have and why are we here with the players that we got? We have Happy in the lower bracket, everybody. Courtesy of Fortitude. It was their first big encounter on this patch and also this year outside of some show matches and one-day events. Fortitude was able to take it 3-2 after also eliminating Lawliot from the upper bracket. Today, he's going to face another Night Elf as Kaho is recreating the Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup China Grand Final where Kaho won. He eliminated 1-0. He eliminated SOK, showing that he has a very good Night Elf versus human matchup. Not completely without flaws, not Omega dominant, but let's be honest, in this tournament, nobody is really. There's nobody here without dropping a map, without dropping series. Well, to be honest, Kaho and Fortitude both haven't lost the series, but they are definitely losing maps and they were close to elimination. So no overarching uber boss that has to be defeated, but the winner of today has to be defeated in the grand final tomorrow. That's why we have an upper bracket final. In the lower bracket, we saw the two players from the upper bracket go through. SOK eliminated Lawliot, who yesterday unfortunately couldn't bring his A game. SOK and Happy both the better players today, with Starbuck also being eliminated. Neither the Archmage Water Elemental Pressure nor the Pally Rifles were strong enough to take Happy down. So Fortitude performing better in that direct exchange. SOK then doing better against Lawlight than he was against Kaho. And the top four of the upper bracket are the top four overall. Who's going to be in the grand final tomorrow? 40 or Kaho? It is very, very interesting. As I said in the Dolphin qualifier in China, which was somewhat meaningless, but not totally. It wasn't for a seed, as all of the top 5 players were qualified already, but it was about seeding and it was about money, and Kaho was able to tear him down. That was the old patch, and that has been 3 weeks. A lot of stuff has changed in those 3 weeks. Afterwards... Oh, you are right. Afterwards, they had another encounter at WSB, and their Fortitude eliminated Kaho from WSB with 3-0. So, will DWCC continue? Or will WSB show it? We'll see about that. And then Happy versus SOK, of course. This should be our first match today. Even though I'm not entirely sure, as, you know, schedules can change on a daily basis here today. Happy showed vulnerability versus 40. Happy showed vulnerability versus Starbuck, but was eventually the better player. Where is SOK standing in that triumvirate of humans? In B Cup, on the last patch a couple of weeks ago, SOK was able to take 2 maps off of Happy. So can you do it again? And maybe even take the 3rd, because that's what it takes to eliminate him. Happy is the challenger. And we got some subs. Thank you, Eric SN, for the 2-month, and Jeffa HH Far for the 2-month as well. This is what we have to answer here today. Those are the questions. And then we're going to have our top 3 in the tournament. The bracket prediction, nobody is flawless anymore. Nobody predicted the tournament perfectly, but we have one outstanding predictor, one community prophet, one would say, and that's Bennett. Bennett has predicted pretty much everything up until this point. He was hoping for a focus run, though. And the 1-2-0 guess by him was also bad. But he predicted Happy 40 grand final with Kaho going down. Can someone take down Fortitude? It is shown once again that Fortitude is that freaking big bout machine. The entire December, the end of last year, 40 was winning absolutely everything. Coming from a win at Stars War, going over to a win at Rara, then dominating DWCC, as well as the Don't Force Me Cup finals. Afterwards, not too many big tournaments. Show matches, one-day tournaments. He didn't play B Cup. So there, he was slacking a little bit. But this is a $21,000 tournament. And he was on. He's so on. Still undefeated. For Happy, he's a little bit of a redemption arc, isn't he? Coming into this tournament, 7 weeks undefeated. 7 weeks in all competition. It doesn't matter if in regular competition or in all the randoms competition, just simply any competition. And then he almost lost to Labby. He lost the map to Colorful. He almost lost the map to Focus. And then he was defeated by 40. If you hold Happy to the Happy standards, this is already somewhat of a disappointing tournament for him. Like, he's in the lower bracket. I think when Happy's in the lower bracket, it is a disappointing tournament run for him. Mr. Bidu, welcome to see you. Jesus, I'm so fried. Glad to see you. Welcome. All right, games are starting in 6 minutes. Who will be eliminated today is, I think, the question, right? And who will be the first grand finalist? Did we talk about Kaho enough? I banned one chatter already at the very beginning of the stream. Someone was coming in saying, oh, damn, Kaho is on fire. Glad to see him do so well in this tournament. And the answer was, it's only because of balance. And I timed him out for a day. It is quite fantastic, man. Kaho, Wonder Boy, the last night elf in the tournament after many started into this tournament, is almost on an all-time high. He might even be on an all-time high. Yep, 2611. Had a troublesome 2024 being affected by floods. Couldn't really bring his A game during that time. also underperformed a little bit up to his standards, but he's back in the top 4 where he was during some WAL tournaments and TPL tournaments. It really feels like a refreshed Kaho with the best Night Elf execution, with the best game plan, with a lot of aggression under his belt as well. But we gotta say, his group stage and his playoffs weren't the hardest draws. He had a group with Fly, Focus, and Life, which is respectable to win that, but it's not like the Moon, Starbug, Infi group that we had seen. And then in the playoffs, of course, it's kind of nice to be able to defeat 1-0, but 1-0 is not in World Championship shape at the moment. And then SOK, that was respectable, but he didn't face a Happy, he didn't face a Lin, he didn't face a Fortitude just yet. Today is going to be the real test for the Wonder Boy. And can SOK bring his consistency once again, or is it the special Happy Kryptonite that's going to crack him? Because SOK is always performing well. Even in his losses, he was performing well. While many other players, we started with 16 players, I'd say 12 of them are between heaven and hell, sometimes world class, sometimes glaring issues in their play. SOK has been incredibly consistent this tournament. And this is not that normal. But yeah, today he's up against Happy. If you don't bring your S game, then you're gonna be out. Whew. 40 versus Kaho. Happy versus SOK. What do you predict? Happy has had a lot of crazy lower bracket runs. Yeah. But it feels like he's crumbling under pressure a little bit more than before. Would we see Peli Rifle from SOK? That is a very interesting question, dude. That's a very interesting question. Against Starbuck, he did. And he went into tier 3 and Griffins that we've never seen before in the Asian circuit, at least. So I would rank SOK's Peli Rifle very, very high. Incredibly up to date with the builds. Phenomenal execution. We don't have to talk about that. And then the big strength is also that he has the potential to mix it up. It's incredibly hard to predict. Today, everything could happen. And this has been the case for the past couple of days as well. It's been super hard to predict. Really, really rare that you don't know the outcome of some series beforehand. Of course, we have some favorites here and there. But everybody can take down the other. Actually started Warcraft again after 20 years. One reason has been the crazy games we were casting and keeping the scene alive. Good job. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is a privilege to be able to do this for 420 days in a row. If you like what we do, feel free to check out backtowarcraft.com/support for all the links to support us. And of course, if you want an ad-free experience of the final 2 days of DWCC and everybody that comes after, consider a Twitch sub or a YouTube membership. We, of course, also have a Patreon running, donations, crypto, merchandise, all up there. And we are waiting for the Chinese Orgas to give us the green light as we're going into the map pick and bans. We got... Right, can I display this for you here? I don't think so. So Happy Bands Twisted, that is no surprise. It's a very, very, very good human map and a very, very, very bad undead map if you don't want to play expansions. Who's winning the predictions? So far, Bennett is in the lead. Yo, Kerblech, what's up? Okay, so we have it confirmed as well. Happy versus SOK is the first match of the day. You know, so we had it happen that we advertised Happy as the first match, and then they switched it around last second, and we weren't aware of that. Everything is played on War 3 Champions, by the way. The, by far, best server for Warcraft 3 in the world. KK is still not functional enough for competitive Warcraft experience. Last Refuge out and Springtime out. Interesting. Springtime. Very good Pally rifle map. And Hammerfall is out too. That is an anti-Archmage map. Autumn Leaves is Happy's first pick. We've seen that quite a bit for Undead versus Human. 1-0 has been very successful there as well. Also, Labyrinth versus Fortitude. Tidehunters, Northern Isles, Echo Isles, and Concealed. Is SOK playing one base pushes versus Undead? Not really, right? Well, Starbuck and 40 both have that rifle push in their arsenal. SOK really doesn't do that, but I'm not 100% familiar. SOK had this crazy tier 2 mass rifle game, though. Northern Isles for SOK alongside Tidehunters. Echo Isles for Happy. And then we're ready to go. High stakes. The highest stakes. And we check if everything is up. Custom games. No Flow TV just yet. I hope they didn't forget about Flow TV. Because then we're screwed. Never would they ever. Nah, we're good, we're good, we're good. Alrighty. Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup, the lower bracket semifinal. We're in the top 4, but only one of these two great players can survive. It's Happy on the way to the grand final after being defeated by Fortitude. He was able to eliminate Starbuck yesterday from the tournament. And of course, if you're Happy, you're always aiming for the title. Being in the lower bracket is probably a little disappointment to him as well. He came into this tournament 7 weeks undefeated. But that is no longer the case. He has a couple of humans in his way if he wants to make it to the grand final. A grand final that he wasn't able to reach for DWCC 1 in December. He was stopped relatively early on, and the grand final was Fortitude and Lin. Happy, of course, has multiple tier 1 titles. He is dominating pretty much every competition he's stepping into, whether that's the Rara Lands, the Dream Hacks, the B Cups. But SOK is always there. But SOK is missing that big tier 1 title. Is this his week? He's coming from missing DWCC and Don't Force Me Cup due to sickness in December. Having good results at WSB, reaching the grand final there. And also in B Cup. He didn't do too bad. The second best human in the world was able to take 2 maps off of Happy in their last encounter in B Cup, but we have to remember that this was the old patch and a couple of things have changed. Best of 5, first to 3. The winner goes into the top 3 on Championship Sunday. The loser has been eliminated with a top 4 finish. Cryptlord is again the first hero choice of Happy. What is SOK going to do? So far, Archmage. No Pally Rifle. No Mountain King shenanigans. From here on out, you can either play Rifle Push Tower supported towards Happy's expansion. Starting with a lab creep would be something you can do. Or you go for the expansion yourself. And then we have the Summoner's War of Cryptlord versus Archmage trying to tear down expansions. SOK in the B Cup has been showing something new though. Tier 2 expansions for human with lots and lots and lots of rifles. No, he walled himself in and has to use the TP? Oh my god. I didn't even look at that position because this never happens. He walled himself in and had the rally point wrong. Nerves? Is this nerves right away? And this is twice as bad against Happy's new build order. He's always tinkering. Always refining. So while, for a long time, it was Ziggurat into Haunted Goldmine, the better timing at the moment should be to go for Haunted Goldmine into Ziggurat. So you get more HP on that Haunted Goldmine when the Archmage is coming along. And now, can you even move across the map without a staff? Because the TP is gone. If you get Impale surrounded, or in Happy's case, Vanilla surrounded, you're dead. So no aggression off the bat. We go to the gold mine. Getting a bit more damage and more mana on the Archmage isn't bad. Happy on the other side with his patented 4 ghoul push over right away. SOK should be aware of this, of course. Gets a Ring of Protection, which really isn't too bad. Sees the ghouls coming across. Has no Water Elemental here. Oh, SOK is making quite some mistakes. Is this the first series in this tournament where SOK is not playing up to his standards? Thank you, Noxious, for the 3 months. We have a staff. Do we have something to staff onto? I don't think so. Good distraction. Only one worker here. Oh, this is not a good game for SOK at all. This is not how you want to start a Final 4 day. Cryptlord, staff, onto the right-hand side. You can scratch that expansion. I think our second last day of DWCC is starting with a quick game and with an absolute disaster for the Korean human player. And this is the strength of Happy's new build order. Haunted Goldmine is up. Nerup Tower is there! 4 minutes, 50 seconds. This wasn't even an outstanding Happy game. Did he even do too much? I don't think so. SOK's biggest enemy on map 1 is SOK himself. Ouch. Ouch. Maybe a bad night of sleep due to nerves. Sometimes this happens when you don't feel the mouse that day. Happy doesn't even know what's up yet. He doesn't even know what happened, and I don't think there's the time to check the replay to check this out as well. Brush it off. You are now facing Happy in a best of 5 with a 0-1 handicap. He was, I mean, walling off his Archmage. in such a match is a disaster. And then Happy just does Happy things like normal build order, normal pressure. But you need to be Omega ready to withstand that pressure with 4 ghouls. And you have a lowered chance already due to the Haunted Goldmine coming up first to cancel that. And then if you don't cancel a Haunted Goldmine, there's rarely a chance for the human to get anything done. Hopefully SOK has that mental stability to just forget about it. You still have the same task. You still have to win 3 maps against Happy. Get it done. But of course the task didn't get easier. Happy gets a little gift here on our 420th consecutive streaming day. 4 minutes 50. Unbelievable. Now, Northern Isles the first losers pick. In this tournament, the first losers pick has rarely brought any good results for the picker. We had a lot of 2-0s. But yeah, SOK, as he's not too familiar with the top 4, as much as Happy is, maybe it was the nerves with so much money on the line. Whenever SOK went far in a tournament, guess who his opponent was? War 3 champion seasons, grand final, SOK was beaten by Happy. Rara Land, SOK was beaten by Happy. Or Fortitude. He's always been in his way. And let's be honest, Happy is always in everybody's way. A very disappointing game 1. Hopefully the rest of the series makes up for it. Because SOK can play a lot better. He's been showing that he can play a lot better. Even though he hasn't faced an undead in this tournament. They were all in one group. SOK said a couple of times in interviews, yeah, I'm still getting nervous. He needs a pat on the back here now. Happy is doing the very same thing. Alta points to the left, to the expo. And it's also an Archmage play again by SOK, so no Peli Rifle. Now, no Archmage walled in. Maybe a big mana potion. Maybe a Scroll of the Beast. RNG needs to prop up SOK a bit. Greater healing. Okay. Also not too bad for some trades. This very much looks like another expansion attempt by SOK. Footman scouts all of this. We don't see the backpack trick that was advertised yesterday. I'm happy with the claw, happy with the ritual dagger, happy with level 2. He is a bit ahead when it comes to economy, but SOK is lining up the level 3 with militia creeping at the bottom with the murlocs here. Both are rushing towards level 3. But when will we creep the expansion? What can SOK do about this haunted goldmine? It feels like not much. He got level 3 now with a bit of HP losses. Got illusions, got a cloak. This can be amazing. But Happy scans like spot on to where the Archmage is. Sees his opponent coming, going home. Archmage also scouting with the illusion coming in from the left-hand side. Happy should be aware, trying to create a little wall. But that means Footman Water Elemental can come through. The Warcraft version of American football is up again. And Happy can't really wall off, can he? Water Elemental gets through. We got that Cloak of Shadows that SOK should use He needs that cancel. Impale. Careful. Needs to hide again. There we go. Another water elementals can take care of the ghouls. Big first cancel. Great recovery by SOK. That wasn't too normal, to be honest. Happy makes a cool little ghoul and acolyte block. Oh, opens it up once again. Hides again. So the water elementals couldn't pass here and attack these ghouls. I'm a bit surprised that it's such a low priority for SOK to get out of that surround. But now there is a way, because there is a will. Acolyte falling. 2 acolytes still here. He's slowed. Turns around and has that potion. Okay. With the 2 level 2 water elementals, he can't keep up the pressure. And maybe Happy didn't check the inventory for once, because he's building the haunted again. There should be another cancel. That's number 2. And SOK, the madman, is just tacking. Boots of speed for the Archmage. Quick shopping trip. And Happy is not getting the surround against the slowed footman. You know, in itself, it's not the end of the world. He lost a couple of seconds. But it's a sign that he's not perfect today either. He got the body block to make up for it, so that's not too bad. SOK decides to play it one base. SOK decides to play it rifles. With every other player, I would be 100% sure that he's going for a push. With SOK, there might always be a tier 2 expansion. He's trying to dribble through once again. Archmage surrounded. No, he finds a way out. Oh my god. It's only 1 footman. Can he get a water elemental somewhere? What a sick escape this was. And he's doing it again. Water elemental damage. Definitely enough. Or definitely? Maybe not. Archmage Impale. Not like this. Happy cleans it up in the perfect way. Archmage kill, not enough damage from such a good early game to yet another disaster. He dies with a TP and a cloak due to greed. And now he's on a timer with 2 hurt footmen and a dead Archmage and no resources for an altar revive. He didn't see the impale coming.
A player's forces are under attack.
SOK's mental block versus Happy continues. Was he looking somewhere else? In that situation? He shouldn't have. And now we got a Crypt Lord with map control, level 4, Sobi mask, boots of speed, dust against that cloak, which was sold. And SOK just taps out. 11 minutes, 2-0. And again, SOK's biggest opponent today is not Happy. Omega underwhelming lower bracket semifinal. Something's not right with SOK today. He now has this Herculean task of beating Happy 3 games in a row, and judging from the first 2 games, that's a mission impossible. Not stable enough, not creative enough, but creativity comes second. Like, these are glaring mistakes that is not allowed. Not even in the top 8 would this be allowed. Cleanser, thank you for the 18-month. And Jay Persky as well. Yeah, this is the most disappointing series of the tournament so far. He got greedy. He wanted to cancel again. Hurts. Hurts. Yeah, you never know if something is up in a pro's personal life, if it's nerves, if it's just the biggest off day that SOK has had in months. The final steps. He's a great player. And he's surely a top 8 player. But he's no championship material. Especially not today. Last chance for SOK to completely turn this series on its head. As so often, there's no breaks between the games. So hopefully he found his rhythm now. I would love to say that Happy is forcing these mistakes because he's playing so awesome and he creates these walls and everything is working for him. No, just first game, SOK builds his hero inside the walls and can't exit. Second game, he gets caught by a very, very, very obvious impale. Thank you, Ido, for the raid. Thank you, Ben, for the 42. Happy is forcing these mistakes by sheer presence. The kids would say Happy has aura. And again, no switch up. No Pally Rifle, no Mountain King. More of the same. In the WSB Grand Final, SOK had a lead with 3-0 and still lost the best of 7. Hopefully he learned from his opponent how to do that. Because he needs 3 wins for Happy now. To be honest, in the B Cup game they had against each other, it looked also incredibly bad for SOK at the start. And then he started to play Warcraft. Too late. But he gave us a fight. So far, this is a 15-minute 2-0. I'm pretty sure Happy didn't kill more than 4 units this series. We need a Sobi mask or a rope. Here we go. RNGesus tells us prolong this series. We are on Tidehunters. Happy again. Haunted first. Fortitude is surely taking notes of that build order. And we can get some footy harass and be a little bit annoying. Ring of Superiority also kinda nice in the beginning for that extra mana pot. Happy, similar to a Craft, plays a very defensive game.
Players' forces are under attack.
And trying to contest this. With the power of the Sobi mask and level 2 water elementals, how much damage can we do here? It's maybe unlikely that you win this series, SOK, but a little bit of redemption. For the ego. For the public image. Water elemental dealt with. It's only footies. I feel like he needs this water elemental. And he needs to stay safe. Here we go. That's the first cancel. We've seen this before. Again, the question, how expensive can you make it? Perfect impale by Happy. Does he keep this closed? Well played, TV is already out. But no, it's looking fine. We still have more impale. We don't summon too many beetles anymore, do we? With Sobi Mask and Brilliance Aura, he can summon more and more. Footy breaking through that defensive line as well. One more, two more shots. Here we go. That is the second cancel that he needed. Dribble. Left-hand side is open. Can he escape once again? No. But then it should be an instant TP because there is no shop up yet. He wanted to save that HP. 2 cancels. More conservative this time. And Happy once again didn't cancel that Haunted. It was destroyed. Not cancelled. So Happy lost a lot of resources here. As I said, he's not playing without mistakes. This has been noticeable yesterday. We had the same mistake in the series first stop. And here we go again. Archmage does not have a tele staff though. I'm a bit afraid. He gets the cancel one more time. Pretty sure it was a cancel this time. And the pressure is on. This is actually quite some damage here, I gotta say. The tier 2 is done. We go Mountain King. We go Rifles. But we can't forget what happened on map 1 and 2. A throw is possible at any given time. Happy spending his last lumber one more time. And of course the ghouls are busy here. So if that's another cancel, Happy is in a world of trouble. And it looks like it is. This is by far SOK's best game. And it's so sad that we see now how much potential there was in map 1 and 2. And how great SOK can play. But it wasn't visible in the first 15 minutes of the series. $500 gold, rifle caster. No production running at the moment. Missing, yeah, there we go. Missing some production time. Happy now, defense mode with the graveyard, but he's still tier 1. He's still 1 base. That Soapy mask was worth a lot. Oh no, 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 no! Impale, surround. Archmage has no staff. Trying to get the counter kill, but that is a big potion. SOK, what the hell is going on today? He's losing everything. There is no micro. And Happy is... Okay, SOK has given up. SOK is probably not even in his room anymore. I don't know what to say. By far the worst performance out of every Happy opponent this entire tournament. This is not worthy of a Final Four. And I praised his consistency for 20 minutes leading into this broadcast. And I did the same yesterday, and I'm not... Like, I don't want to say that I was wrong or anything. SOK has had an incredible baseline. When other players were slacking, he played a high average skill level. And then the biggest dip in power on the second most important day of the tournament. Happy is losing a lot, gets level 4 Archmage here, which is basically infinite mana. Jo, thank you! PCG already leaving as well. Happy can pretty much do whatever. And now he got the Expo up. He got double crypt already. And a rifle push with 1 rifle and 2 priests is laughable.
A player's forces are under attack.
Man, would I love to have a sneak peek into SOK's mind right now. Looking for an explanation. If someone's holding you hostage, just type ... and we understand.
The town is under siege.
Well, this is the push now. A push with no momentum. Against 6 fiends or whatever it is. Yes, 6 fiends it is. Even the Zombie mask can't make this up. He has no consumables. Nothing. Crypt Lord is a monster, dude. He's level 5.5, 11 minutes in. Happy didn't even have the chance to build a DK yet. Yeah, guys, you've been watching Warcraft long enough. I don't really have to pretend that there is a chance. I'd love to. It's the biggest tournament of the season. It's the biggest prize pool of the season. And I'm supposed to hype, etc., but we all know that there's not the slightest chance for SOK today anymore. He's trying, I was about to say, to surround the Crypt Lord. Good luck against the mana potion, all that inventory. Priests aren't healing. I don't know if he has, this kind of looks like a hardware malfunction at times. Level 6 at 12 minutes 44. Well, good thing is, with a performance like this, we don't get any balance wine in the chat. SOK single-handedly defeating balance wine. And SOK beat SOK 3-0. Happy is like, this is what I got out of bed for? You could have just Deathwind. Yeah, sad to see this happen on the second last day of the tournament. Happy goes through. We're gonna have 3 different races in the final 3. Lower bracket final run, Happy's best DWCC performance. And for SOK, it unfortunately stands true once again. In the big matches, he's not up there. He's a player that suffers from nerfs a lot. And is affected by that a lot. And I think trapping his Archmage in his own base on game 1 kind of broke him. So it's Happy versus the Chinese, as so often. The 2 remaining Chinese, Fortitude and Kaho in the winner bracket. I just hope SOK's alright. I just hope SOK is alright. And that everything is okay. But yeah. When it comes to the highest level of competitive, of course you gotta have the micro and the macro. And the strategies and timings. But you also gotta have this force of will. You gotta perform your best, even in high pressure situations. And sometimes it feels like SOK is just not built for it. Still, if we exclude today a very impressive tournament by SOK, surviving a group with Fortitude and Lin and Jens was really impressive, especially the last match against Lin, where he 2-0'd him. SOK then proceeds also to kick out Starbuck off of the winner bracket with 3-0, but then started to crumble with the loss against Kaho. Had a great recovery yesterday in the match versus Lawlight, where it felt like, yeah, he's not deterred by that winner bracket elimination. He got the strats, he's adjusting to his opponent, he's seeing some openings and goes straight through. But everything is overshadowed by this very last performance. You're always judged by your last performance, aren't you? And that is a 0-3 in 30 minutes. Well, he still made $1,600. That is kind of fine. Now, we move our eyes to the winner bracket. We will have Happy on the final day. That is surely good for viewership. And that is surely a problem for the two players remaining in the upper bracket, and that is Fortitude and Kaho. Good beard, sir. Thank you, thank you. Yesterday, 2 maps lasted 1 hour. Today, 3 maps last 20 minutes. Can be like that sometimes, eh? I hope, I hope that 40 and Kaho are ready to play. I'm in the lobby. So far, neither 40 nor Kaho is there. SOK is in the lobby, so not rage quitting. It's probably casting. Yeah, I think the pre-match talk can start once the players are here. So, updated predictions. Is Bennett continuing his ravage? Yeah. Freaking Bennett is now even 2 points ahead. Our prediction master has predicted Happy in the lower bracket final. He predicted the top 3 pretty much perfectly if Kaho goes down to the lower bracket, and then if Happy wins. Gonna make a lot of points here. Well done, Bennett. Very, very well done so far. I guess the entire scene is thirsting for a Happy versus 40 grand final. The rematch from the winner bracket semis. It would be incredible if 40 can just win it again. I thought Happy's gonna steamroll the competition pretty much like he did today. But 40 said no. It's a big tournament. Oh, this is a tier 1 tournament? Yeah, I'm gonna play for real. But it's not a foregone conclusion that it's gonna be the grand final. It could just be the opening match tomorrow in the lower bracket final. And I truly, like, we had 4 players going into today. 2 world champions in Happy and Fortitude who has shown that they can perform on the highest level with the highest pressure. What about Kaho? He also doesn't have a tier 1 title. He's been in some finals, but he lost most of them until the Chinese DWCC qualifier. Has he now ascended to that level? And before you all talk shit, the qualifier was played on the old patch. So save that argument. I know you had it typed already. Hit the patch. I know you, Twitch chat. I know you. Stop. This could be the tournament for Kaho. But have we seen a true test for Kaho yet? Is another question. Kaho, as I said, has had some finals. He's been in the Don't Force Me. Oh, this was a show match, right? He's been in WSB finals, lost that. Has been at WAL monthly finals, lost them. Don't Force Me was semi-finals where he couldn't reach the grand final. TP League, this was the closest for him for sure. Where he was in the final against Happy, the big online world championship TPL. He has won a TED Cup. But that was a tier 2 tournament, not a tier 1 tournament. But yeah, this is the biggest accomplishment by Kaho so far. I wouldn't mind a new tier 1 tournament winner. Because if we look at the past couple of tier 1 tournaments, there's only 2. It's 40 and Happy and 40 and Happy and 40 and Happy and Happy. The last player who won a tier 1 tournament that was not 40 and Happy was 120. And if you include him into this, it was 120, or that was colorful in 2021. So we have 4 years with only 3 tournament winners. That was COVID. Just to put it in perspective. It's like the tennis Grand Slams. That's a very good comparison, actually. Yep. I agree. Yeah, it feels like neither 40 nor Kaho expected this series to be this short. Nobody's here yet. Ikviat, thank you for the 2 months. That's insane. Is it a rolling schedule? Yes. Didn't someone win War 3 Champions Finals? War 3 Champions Finals is pretty prestigious, but it wasn't an offline tournament, nor did it have insane amount of prize money, so it's not considered tier 1 by Liquipedia. It's always considered tier 1 in my heart and in your heart. But yeah. We also had Dice winning Rara Lan. We had Starbuck winning some impromptu tournaments. Van Nynel going home early today. Well, I'm not getting paid by matches. So there's a pro league starting. Maybe we'll do that later. Depending on this next series could easily last 2 hours, right? Let me check. Is Fortitude streaming? Let me check. Forty isn't live yet. Is Kaho even streaming? Oh yeah. Also not live yet. That's funny. Okay, checking the Chinese live stream if there's any information. Is 40 not here yet? Is 40 not here yet? And Skiller86, thank you for the 10 months. What a bummer, man. What a bummer start to the day. After DWCC, by the way, is B Cup coming up. It's always a Discord where people can sign up. Chinese tournament Discord created for Western players to sign up for qualifiers. And there it was announced. Where is it? B Cup 18 qualifier information. Number of players advancing to the main event is 8. Already confirmed Lucy, Shao KK, Inspired Pink, PCG, Wudao OC, Elegant, and TH. Did they say a date? Oh, yeah, they did say a date. starting, the qualifier starting April 30, so next week. And the main event in early May. Yeah, TH playing is Pog. TH playing is super Pog. Oh, do we have players arriving? No. Yeah, nobody could have expected this lower bracket semifinal to go this short. Nobody. What time does it start? We're waiting for the players to be in place. Okay. Okay, that's what it is then. That's what it is. It could start any moment, but they still have to do the map picks and bans and will be notified when it starts. So, did we miss? Oh, I missed a funny Warcraft short. Let's go. Funny Warcraft, an amazing content creator on YouTube. Everybody should watch and follow and subscribe Funny Warcraft. Mask of Death, Vampiric Aura, and Crit. Okay, Beast. Plus 108. That's nuts. Minus 39. Minus 13 almost. Okay, so we got highest damage possible, 676. Jesus. With the low armor roll as well. Oh my god. Wait. Okay, so it's minus 13. That is extra damage. If armor goes below 0, it adds damage. 55%. That's, the crit says 600, but it doesn't display the armor. The crit is displayed before the armor. And so it's plus 50%, makes it a 900 damage one hit. And it heals for 900. Oh my god. That's insane. 1049. Insane. What we got now? Attack speed. Vamp Aura, Bloodlust, Frenzy, and Endurance. So this is attack speed. With all the attack speed in the world. And Chemical Rage. Let's go. We apply the debuff again. For more healing, I guess. Ah, it's so funny how you can stack this stuff. Phenomenal that he figures this out. Fortitude has arrived. Fortitude has arrived. We're waiting for Kaho. Okay, I have no idea what this means. Interactions with invulnerable units. Skull of Death. Animate that. Oh, they never changed the item after the DK ultimate got nerfed. Okay, you can still eat them. Doesn't work, right? Oh, they're slowed but not lifted up. Interesting. Didn't know that you get slowed while invulnerable. You can't possess a spirit, can you? That'd be funny. Purge works as crowd control. Anti-magic works for no reason. Yeah, Purge works for crowd control. I see that. Oh, he's showcasing a way to kill spirits by crashing a zeppelin over water. Yes! Oh, and they give XP! They give 20 XP, Ted! I did not know this. Yeah, sorry about the wait time, everybody. The first series was so short. Wait, what's happening? Are they going on to KK? I request to change to KK. Interesting. Okay. I hope everything works now. Oh, I didn't expect this. The past couple of days were all on War 3 champions. Now I got a patch. And hope. Oh. Hopefully I'm there in time. Patch notes say they got rid of a bug. So good. All right. Applying patch. On it, chat. On it. Okay, it's starting. We're getting there. I don't know if they started yet or not. There's a new symbol I cannot see. Admin is not in the game, from what I can tell. Maybe everybody has to patch. they start? Okay, they didn't start yet. Good, 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 good. We didn't miss anything. I was told KK is still bugged to some degree, but there is a patch applied to KK. I don't know if that fixes it. I'm trying to scan through the Chinese chat to see what's up. But I don't think there's anything noteworthy. I think everybody's patching. I think everybody's just patching. Poor brother Angeline looks a bit stressed. This is not how we wanted that second last day to be. Neither are we, of course. I am a bit out of words. It's just Chinese Twitch set, so what do we know? But yeah, there's no. Oh, the room has been hosted. Nice. Then we will be invited in a second. Okay. 10, I would say maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We also didn't do pick and bans, I think. Asian sense of, yeah, there we go. Dring. Oh, Mr. High Tune Tune is in the lobby. There's a million observers. Oh my god, this is a million observers. The more observers, the more unstable the games are usually. But yeah, Fortitude hasn't arrived on the KK platform. Jesus Christ, I've rarely seen a room this full. Okay, let's see if Fortitude is streaming. He probably is. No, he's not. Oh, serious mode. Similar to Happy. Big competition, no streaming. On KK server, you can select the color. Yep, that was obvious. Observers have to then check. It's so complicated. I don't know how to explain this. So whatever. There is a problem with player colors right now. So hopefully players are warmed up. Hopefully they're ready. It's kind of funny. Fortitude requested the switch to the KK platform. And now Fortitude is the one missing. Oh, he here now? I don't know. Seems like we rehost. Nis Nairo, you wonderful, wonderful soul. Thank you for the 64. Okay, the issue was that the red player color wasn't available due to too many observers in the lobby. This is why we have to rehost to make sure that the red player color is available. And now we got red and blue. And now we're here. Tension is rising. Yeah, this was all a bit of a hype killer so far. But hopefully the players bring it back in no time. Mr. Hunnel, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Game is loading. And we do have a game. So, earlier this tournament, we were on KK as well. And we couldn't get the overlay to work. I tinkered with this. And I found the solution is to start War 3 Champions. And then overlay is working. I don't know why. Don't ask me. It's like weird things happen. Weird things happen. All systems go. All right, everybody. This is the DWCC winner bracket final. The 2 top players of this $21,000 online world championship is a match between 2 Chinese. It is Fortitude versus Kaho, Human and Night Elf representing. But who's the best? This is the rematch from the grand final of the Chinese qualifier for this tournament, where Kaho was successful and became the regional champion. Since then, they met each other exactly once at WSB, a mostly Korean tournament, and there it was Fortitude going over Kaho 3-0. So it's very even between them. Both matches, the qualifier match was played on the old patch. The WSB match was played on the new patch. So who is truly the best player in China right now? 1-0-0 Fortitude and Kaho for the grand final. Fortitude is the current reigning and defending DWCC champion. Kaho is surely going into this as the challenger. Wonder Boy's rise to fame has been tremendous over the past 3 years, but what eludes him is a big tier 1 championship. Nobody has won a tier 1 championship in the past couple of years except Fortitude and Happy. Can Kaho make it a triumvirate? We got a Warden on Kaho. This is what he displayed against SOK as well. Fortitude with an Archmage. It was said that the matchup versus Night Elf is Fortitude's weakness. Nice detonate. Was Fortitude's weakness, but then he started into the playoffs with a 3-1 super impressive over Lawlight. Kaho has reached this winner bracket final with a win over a human player that was also a very impressive 3-1 versus SOK, who then performed a lot better than before. Pi the Great, thank you for the sub. Kaho, oh my god, with a newfound appreciation for the Water Elemental Detonate. He is lining up creep routes in a way that a Water Elemental Detonate gives him level 2. And this way, you can play the Warden even without extensive creeping. 2.1 it is now. Claws of Attack, Archmage level 2. Fortitude's big strength has always been stability. Kaho, his main goal will be to disrupt this stability. Is it normal we can't see mana? Oh my, big true. I didn't even notice. I'll try to find the setting for the upcoming matches. But the Chinese is, the client is all Chinese. Is it lagging? What? It isn't lagging for me at all.
Player's forces are under attack.
Anyway. What the hell? How? Ancient of War goes down. And that will maybe ruin the level 3 creep route. Fortitude has surely learned from their encounters and knew this would be coming. So the second Engine of War has some heavy lifting to do. Nice snipe by Fortitude. Huge moment in the match. I'm so confused. Okay, I might have to try and fix this afterwards. We got defend upgrade by Fortitude. Interesting. Trying to snipe some items here and there. It is a lot of pressure while 40 got his expo up. We got the Fan of Knives.
Player's forces are under attack.
And a lot of kills here. How disruptive can this Archmage position be? So far he delayed lures for a while. And the Warden is going ham on the other side. Trying to deactivate some stuff, but this is... Warden still has a lot of mana. Next fan of knives is gonna be very disruptive as well. Do we have one more? We might have one more. Hiding, doing some damage. Naga, follow up! I talked about stability in Fortitude's matches. Where is the stability? One kill after the next. How much damage is 40 doing here? He's losing a lot of HP on his Archmage. And the lores are coming up now. 40 is not tacking. Warden comes back. Is there a blink? Anything? Not enough mana to do damage to the Archmage anymore. This Expo isn't mining. We're 7 minutes in. And the Expo isn't mining.
A player's forces are under attack.
Kaho completely dismantles Fortitude just yet. What the? Guys, I know you have not the greatest experience. Fan of knives, similar to Fortitude, to be honest. Warden is very, very hurt. What a disaster. I'm sorry, guys.
A player's forces are under attack.
I'm trying a lot to make this better. Well, 40 is tacking now at the 8-minute 20 mark. There's not even an Arcane Tower, so the Warden can continue doing what she did before. Archmage is trapped here. Has a Town Portal and a big invul, but obviously you'd only love to use that before.
A town is under siege.
And the water is continuing to destroy. I have rarely seen 40 this hopeless. Level 4 Warden. And look how much experience is still on the map. It's another fan of knives. GG. GG in 9 minutes. Kaho annihilates Fortitude on map 1. I'm sorry that this experience was a bit ruined for you guys. Incredible, incredible pressure play. This is the first time in a while that I'm on this KK server. Maybe something is up there. It's the only thing I changed, really, so it is what it is now. I can't change anything anymore, to be honest. Jim02 Hero, thank you for the sub. Tide Hunters, Kaho Warden dismantles 40, who doesn't seem to be in Dominator shape as he was at WSB. Next up, Concealed. The weird thing is, it's not laggy for me at all. Wakaka, thank you for the sub. I don't know what's going on, guys. Hopefully it's fixed. I'll just cast now. Rarely do you see... There's a bug apparently. Rarely do you see Fortitude this chanceless. This lost. Lords, thank you for the sub. Trigunic as well. Oh man, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. There was a bug and we had to restart. I don't know what bug it was. It wasn't visible to me really. And now I got bugs. Let's try. Admin say some stuff. I don't know what's up really. But we got a game. Apparently. Regame. Yeah, it was a great idea. Great idea. Great idea to go to KK. Fantastic. Nunox, 10 euros, man. We know you're doing everything to give us the best cast. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Metzger also less than 3. I'm as clueless as you guys. I'm still trying to tinker with some stuff. Is it laggy now as well? No, it's alright, huh? I am, like, it's not great. Your face isn't laggy. Thank you. Okay, we got a game. It looks fine. Both players are moving. Let's hope for the best. Oh, I gotta check if I can get the overlay to run, because that's another thing that might break now. Yep. Working on it. Until it's working, we get the Blizzard overlay. Here's game 2. And Fortitude is trailing a little bit. He was surprised by a strong Kaho, who did an overwhelming early game, got the super fast level 2 Warden. Now here we will see a pivot to a Demon Hunter. It's really nice that Kaho, as one of the very few players, is able to switch between the two heroes. He doesn't play Keeper of the Grove at all. It's all Kaho, Warden, Demon Hunter. And then map dependent, we switch it around. Nice save by Kaho as well. Oh, there we go. Took a little bit of time and effort though. Now, Scroll of the Beast. Very cool for a push. Wonder if 40 will play the same. Even though we have a Demon Hunter against him.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on. This is what we have to cast now. Sorry, it's like it's a total disaster, I know, but it is what it is. Demon Hunter only level 1, didn't get too much of it. 40 after having a nice level 2 creep route is getting harassed here now with more and more detonates. Gets level 3. Scroll of the Beast. Off we go. Demon Hunter also finally with a level up with boots and claws and circlet. Super strong. And I don't know if this is too much pressure already. There should be a lot of moon juice at home. I just saw it coming. Whew, Fortitude's expansion is again late, but this is all in time. It's not an instant expansion, but he didn't want that. It wasn't the original game plan. He wanted a higher level than the town hall. And Kaho is coming in with another Naga pressure, I believe. Here we go. Similar follow-up as we've seen on map 1.
A player's forces are under attack.
Can 40 get the tower up? Incredibly important. To make sure the Demon Hunter doesn't run into that expansion with immolation.
A player's forces are under attack.
And 40 is trying the same spiel again that he did before, just with Archmage into the base. Trying to poke with Footman. But that doesn't work. As Kaho is shutting the door with the Demon Hunter here. It's not doing any damage to Fortitude though. Both players less effective. It is no immolation, that's correct.
A player's forces are under attack.
So Archmage, no mana for Water Elementals. Demon Hunter, no spell to pressure that economy. Expo running. And Tech is running as well. Don't have a clock here. But it should be like 3 to 4 minutes faster than in the previous game. And all we got here is right click. Shop isn't up just yet. And without that, no clarity potions. Very stalematey game. We go Dryads in anticipation of a Blood Mage and of course against Water Elementals. This spell is always nice. Ooh, 40 gets the Blacksmith cancelled. Don't know if you get the resources back or not, because there's no cancel indicator. This is quite odd. Rifleman will still appear somewhat shortly, but Kaho is ruining a lot of timings with his play so far. I like it. Archer and Footy falling on both sides. Demon Hunter levels need to rise, as Kaho is putting no priority on levels. Just on hurting tech tree and economy. But Blacksmith is up. And the creeping begins. We contest here, we creep here. 40 very base centric at the moment. Blood Mage second as expected, so with that second base income and lots of healing footies, 40 finally can take the initiative. Or go creeping himself once the Blood Mage is out, because level 1 Blood Mage isn't enough. You want level 2, you want the Banish. And on the other side, oh, Kaho, sick response. Got the Demon Hunter for the damage, got the Dryad here with the Dispel. He wants that shop at all costs, but it looks like he can't prevent that. So he has to start it anew. Shop's gonna be late. Staff's gonna be late. But the Riflecaster army is growing.
A player's forces are under attack.
Kaho is already 20 food down. Waiting for bears, waiting for tier 3 to finish, waiting for orbs. It's gonna be the classic Night Elf versus Human, I guess, where the push is coming. Night Elf is far behind, but Moon Juice is gonna be available. And then a very small Night Elf army can hold against a very big human army. Pit Lord again. Signature play by Kaho that many players are following. First it was Jens, then it was Lawlight. Oh, he's going red spot when the push comes in. Does he have a town portal even? He doesn't. Oh, wow. Kaho might be very much overwhelmed, but 40 rather wants the creep jack. Off we go into the Demon Hunter. There's not much left. Fork Lightning for the last hit. Demon Hunter gets it. Item as well. Ooh. No, Blood Mage got the item. What's the Helm of Valor? Would have been an amazing item for the Demon Hunter. Huge steal, but XP might be worth more. Blood Mage level 2.5. And now we fight outside the Night Elf phase with the back towards the creeps. Is that ideal? I don't think so. Kaho has survived many fights like this versus SOK. Everything is burning. Heal scrolls are plentiful for Fortitude though. 2 of them available. And bears are being gunned down one by one. As dominant as Kaho was on map 1. As dominant is Fortitude here. Maybe Kaho contested for too long. Maybe he thought he can get something done at the expo or kill the blacksmith again. But that wasn't the answer. Nice sandwich. Gets the rest of the red spot as well for level 4 on the Archmage. And that's what happens when you fight with 20 food down outside your main base. Usually you always lure the enemy towards you. But there was no TP. It was sold earlier, I guess. Maybe in exchange for boots. Now we get the boots of Kel'Thuzad for the Demon Hunter. He's still trying to fight this. Ancient of War gives the scouting information as well away. And Kaho has to rush home in a bit. Here's the push. Knock, knock. Who's there? A 25 supply lead with 4-3 heroes. This is going to be a brutal push. And I don't even know how Kaho is supposed to come home. We got a tier 3 tech on the way. Fortitude Unleashed is working on mortar teams as well. And now a little bit of a backstab. But I guess 40 can just turn around. What a switch from map 1 to 2. Incredibly one-sided affair so far, but in both directions. Kaho has to hope for a miracle, has to micro his heart out. There's no blizzard just yet, so bears have quite some value, but here's Banish. And there's not enough dryads to dispel against that. There's not enough wisps to detonate against that. Plus, this is not even 40's final form. A ridiculous game. And this is the difference between a Fortitude and a SOK. 40's game 1 was by no means perfect. It was a weak game. It was probably one of his weakest games in the tournament, but a world-class player like Fortitude can just turn it around. He can brush it off. He can perform it according to his standards. And then it looks like this. Boom. 1-1. Score is tied and we're down to a best of 3. So let me see if I can find this mana bar feature thing. It has to be somewhere. Display the magic value bar. There we go. Why is that disabled? Why would that ever be disabled? Ridiculous. Well, we got it. I attack you with the 5 gifties. Let's freaking go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're waiting for the invite. Scores tied. Tide Hunters, the Warden show for Kaho, Concealed Hill, the Archmage show of Fortitude. That was the stability we need. That was the stability we expect. Okay, so sorry guys, apologies for the inconveniences at the beginning of the series. Hopefully we get things done. Hopefully I know the workaround for the overlay now as well. Pray. And then we can enjoy the game as it's meant to be. Haven't had technical difficulties in a while and it always stresses me the F out. And then everything suffers because of it. So, while I'm trying to fix stuff, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You gotta be happy for the many, many months where that wasn't prevalent. But now that's okay. Similar to Fortitude, we have to put that to the side and forget about it and now just start performing. We're waiting for the go. Some observers didn't click the ready button, but once that is fixed, we're good. Still some observers not ready. Players also seem to be taking a little bit of a break. 40 said go though. Kaho. Oh, Kaho said go quite some time ago. It's just about... I don't know what it's about. Okay, all observers are ready now. Kaho isn't ready. There we go. Okay, green light. Countdown. Who claims match points for the grand final? Kaho has had a fantastic start. Fortitude had a nice revenge. Springtime is our next game, where we have seen different approaches, especially by Night Elves, especially when it comes to expansion timings. Other people, like Lawlight, tried to go for base lanes as well. I don't think Kaho is a player who's resorting to that. His strength has always been fighting. And Kaho has lags on the Chinese server. That's hilarious. There must have been a reason why the majority of this tournament was played on War 3 Champions. But we try this again. Body seems fine. Kaho seems fine. I tried to get this workaround done for the overlay, but until then, let's go, everybody. Game 3, springtime. Kaho's map choice, where he feels most comfortable. Is there a way to overthrow Fortitude, and what is that way?
A player's forces are under attack. Town is under siege.
Good news, everybody. It's working. But we have a pull. We have a peasant pull. And he has to cancel the Ancient of War. Huge moment for Fortitude. Less than a minute in. Oh, this is something that the undeads established. And now the humans steal that. Send a worker over. Draw the creeps towards the Ancient of War. And Kaho got no lumber. Ah, there we go. He queued it already. The humans are using that now too. There's no unit to attack this worker. He can build the farm with 11 HP. Oh, there was no wisp against this cheeky plays. Just after that decisive win on map 2. This cost lumber. This will delay Fortitude's tech a little bit, or Expo in that case, or Arcane Tower. But absolutely worth it. Now we got a scout farm, hashtag fix farms, and the Demon Hunter has a lot of catching up to do. So on the other side, Wisps now kinda have to detonate against Water Elementals to get the experience done. Ancient of War will take forever. Still needs to produce a little bit here. And Kaho trying to get the green. Got it for now. That is at least the level 2 creep route for Fortitude ruined. And he can fall back with the first archer that was produced a little late. And we'll see if Fortitude goes 2 base or 1 base, but I think whenever he has the chance, he would go for 2 base. And with this opener, with the creeping this late, I think there's a very good chance for 2 base. Also, we see the fourth farm. Oh yeah, this one here is the 3rd. True. So yeah, Expo guaranteed. Kaho versus SOK has had a sick push earlier this tournament. With Wisps in position here during the natural expansion creep. He kinda has to recreate that again. And I think he has that play in mind. With Wisps here, with Wisps there. Tech is at 60%, and again the creeping is rather late as Fortitude tried to disrupt Kaho's creeping a little bit, but that Water Elemental looks juicy. That Wisp may be a little bit too obvious. Can't reach. Burned a little bit of mana on the Archmage, and he gets it one with the follow-up. And now there's no second Water Elemental anymore, which takes away a lot of DPS out of the human army. Well done, well executed. Still a lot of wisps there for the lumber. It's totally fine. Also gets the ring of protection. Phenomenal. And as long as you buy some time here, it's all worth it. Hunter's Hall, maybe a little late. But he will resort to a Naga and the follow-up push once again, as he does so often these days. So Hunter's Hall timings will still work out. And it's just a couple of seconds anyway. Crystal Ball to scan for an archer if she's getting ready for the Naga. Not the case. Big power build. This costs a lot.
A player's forces are under attack.
A little more than anticipated. Usually 6 workers is, or 5 workers is the norm. This is 7. He's almost running out of gold during that power build.
Under siege.
But it surely is less tempo than we've seen before, especially on Tide Hunters. Fortitude's forces run into the Demon Hunter. This is then immolation damage that can't be used against workers. Immolation was surely missing from game 2, but what Kaho didn't miss was this Archmage in his base once again. The detonates are big though. This was a lot of water elementals. And now we evacuate only 5 lumber workers. Demon Hunter is running out of immolation juice quickly, but the Naga says hello for hopefully some kills here for Kaho. Fortitude responds. Offense is the best defense. It's true once again. And with the Mountain King being so far away, I don't really see a threat here for Kaho. Doesn't mean that he's cracking this. It's very, very sturdy, and new footmen and militia are trickling in. It's not an existential threat to 40, but it surely is a dent in the economy. And every footman that's dying here can't be used for creeping. And the piercing damage is raining down on militia, takes out worker after worker, reduces the lumber, reduces the timing. It very much feels like... Oh... Kaho's in control of this game again. He has very little supply though. Due to all the wisps falling. He needs Dryads. Archmage is not getting intercepted by an ice orb anymore. So we gotta retreat. Full nighttime without using a single drop of moon juice was awesome. Another kill, awesome. But now it's 40's time. Stabilize, build base, tech up, 70 food. Lords were surely delayed. He's skipping Dryads immediately. So rushing for bears, going for rejuve. That Archmage level 3 was annoying, but not overwhelming. Kaho is down to 4 lumber wisps. Feels like he has to go for a shredder.
The town is under siege.
Oh, staff Archmage, nicely done. With that, the shop is ruined. And we're back to 5 wisps, which still shouldn't be enough. Kaho is cutting corners wherever he can.
A player's forces are under attack.
And of course that shop timing was given away by the scout farm, which is basically a visible shade at this point. It's been a while since Kaho slowed Fortitude down, and that's the biggest threat if you don't slow down the human on his way to 70 food. We see already 1300 gold accumulated. Roar on the Demon Hunter to use the last bit of mana on the immolation. Humans have surely learned. Like Fortitude has learned from his games against Law Lion. Don't give the Night Elf too many openings into the base. Kaho's supply is very worrying, and his lumber is also very worrying. There's not gonna be many upgrades this game. He got the 2 most important ones. Might need Dispel for Giants if he ever goes there.
A town is under siege.
But then, of course, gold is most. Last round of shopping. No clarity. But who needs the clarity when you have a Blood Mage? This blocks the tech tree to breakers. So Riju is incredibly strong. Kaho, unlike a Jens would do, also Lawlight did, no counter expansion. Full one base pressure. Yeah, by far the most even game between them now, but the question is for how long. I think especially with the tele staff, 40 did a wonderful job of slowing Kaho down. But the bears have their power spike. Don't let the human unfold. Fork Lightning online now. Close to level 3 on the Demon Hunter. Farms are very sturdy, but siege bears are called that for a reason. Level 3 would be nice. And... oh, that wasn't enough. He's just an inch away from level 3. Here we go. If only he had a little bit of mana left for immolation. 40 can't kite. 40 only has 47 food and he can't really produce that much more. The priests are of course on the right hand side at the expo where he built them. Just Kaho never allows him to reunite. Fantastic timing. Build a proxy shop. 4 clarities. For maybe a second staff, second orb. Doesn't have the resources yet. Doesn't mean that Kaho is safe though. At the moment, even food. Kaho with the tier 3 advantage is going for an expo now. Doesn't have Wellspring due to the lumber shortage. You rebuild Wisps, by the way. That's why the lumber is evened out now. Double heal scroll Kaho. We got our game, everybody.
Town is under Slayer's forces under attack.
Archmage getting caught on his journey to heal scrolls. Doesn't work at all. Very good map control by Kaho. For now, at least. We don't have a Tomb of Retraining to Blizzard. We only now have the first heal scroll for Kaho. For 40. Fork Lightning. Big zap. Trying to get an Archmage. He has an Invo Potion. He also got the second heal scroll. Careful now, buddy. We have the Scroll of Healing use. Bear Staff. Nicely done. Another Fork Lightning gets another kill. Forces by 40 drastically reduced. But for how long can he stay in there? There's no TP on Kaho. Hey, surround on the Naga. Oh, Kaho wasn't looking. Kaho wasn't reacting. The staff can be passed. Bites out. Didn't pass the staff. What the hell is going on? And now Kaho in shambles. Down in supply. 40 with all the momentum in the world. Coming in clutch with the militia surround. But again, Kaho is fighting the big fights without being ready.
A player's forces are under attack.
Without being ready. What can stop Fortitude now? Who can stop Fortitude now? Scroll of the Beast sold. Interesting. He's not heavily reliant on rifles, I guess.
The town is under siege.
Maybe the home turf advantage. Naga back. Levels for Kaho are great. It has to go via heroes. Expo up, but didn't move over. That's such a big investment for no return. Intercepting reinforcements for some more XP and more levels. No tower, no shop support.
The town is under siege.
Can Kaho somehow establish that second base and make it pay off? He knows it's not looking ideal, but against SOK he was in similar situations. Next push is supposed to end the game. Double heal scroll, double invul, heal potion against 0 consumables on Kaho's side. Where can you attack? When can you attack?
A player's forces are under attack.
40 did a phenomenal job in always luring Lawlight into positions where he doesn't want to fight. But then did fight into Blizzard. This Expo is just standing there.
The town is under siege.
It's just standing there for minutes. He didn't even make an effort to move it over. It is buying time, I guess. But it never paid off. And of course, Fortitude has an expansion as well. Expo down. Level 4. And what can Kaho do here? He muscled up to 72 food. One production building down. But Fortitude has no intention of going home. He just wants to continue fighting as he's trading potentially an expansion against the main base. Now he's going home as his keep was under threat. Are we taking this fight? It's a weird fighting position, especially for bears. These farms are making things omega weird, and the bears, similar to Lawlight yesterday, all clumped up. Not as much as they were before. We have a lot of Fork Lightning to work with. Up until now, I guess the tether is still up. It's not breaking. Oh, this was all the Naga mana. Big problem for Kaho, and the damage is ramping up. The Blizzard is a lifesaver for 40 once again. You can't stop this Archmage. Demon Hunter, Town Portal home last second, but this cost all the bears. Dryads were in a solid spot. One dies at the last second. And what now? It is a huge 30 food lead. And was this necessary? I love the farm trap here. This is super cool. He portaled here on purpose, so the bears have to squeeze through. There's never a clear front line. And whenever the first 3 bears were here, Blizzard on top, boom, massive AoE damage. He could afford to take that with the 2 heal scrolls. He now has 3. And the Night Elves fall into the same trap as before. Fight in a choke. Another expansion coming up. Banish on the Demon Hunter. Fort Lightning hits hard again. Level 4. This decreases the banish cooldown, which can be very helpful. Good hero control by Kaho always. This map has proven to be incredible for human fighting positions. All these chokes. And again, but Kaho, he has done this before versus SOK. Exactly this play. Flank with the Dryads. Intercepting reinforcements as well. Good play. But that means that Fortitude can march forward. Hunters hold down. Moon Juice all empty. And the siege continues. Kaho needs a miracle, but he has created these miracles before. Here, very unlikely. He's going for a hero focus on the Blood Mage. And this just looks hopeless at this point.
Players' forces are under attack.
The age-old problem, if you don't stop the human expansion or come up with an expansion of yourself, 70 food rifle pushes are gonna tear you apart. And then Kaho's fighting position was abysmal, unlike the day before. And that's game. Fortitude with back-to-back wins. No chance. After that initial fight, Kaho fought on the outskirts with a huge supply disadvantage on Concealed Hill. And then he does the same on Springtime. This is not what you want to see at all. This is unfortunately not how you crack Fortitude. Maybe he has to resort to a Warden once again. And Fortitude is one step away from yet another DWCC final. The title holder of December might be the title holder here in the second season as well. It is Northern Isles. We can see a Warden here. Don't forget the Ancient War got cancelled. That's true. But I think Kaho's recovery was really good. But yeah, I mean, it's the same issue as Lolite had. Fighting into chokes versus Blizzard is RIP. And they fall for it. Of course they're under pressure. Of course you can bait the Night Elf into these positions because the expansion is running. But I think the Night Elf should also be fine with counter expansions. And that counter expansion was up. It didn't move. Big, big, big challenge ahead for Kaho now. But he has grown into a player that can turn series around. He did that versus Happy 3 games in a row. He just has to do it here on the big stage. We were asking the question, how good is Kaho really? Was it an easy bracket or was he that good? He has to answer this now. Match points Fortitude. He defeated Lawlight, he defeated Happy, and he might be the one who defeats Kaho. Of course, on top, he has also defeated a guy called Lin. I don't know if you heard of him. He also defeated Jens. I don't know if you heard of him. But this is match points. Kaho, can you tie this up? Give us a 5-map banger. We deserve it. The people deserve it. So far, it was a rather underwhelming day. In terms of in-game Warcraft action. Another banger would be nice. We have a Warden, and that shall give us all hope. The Warden on Tidehunters was the most disruptive force that we have seen all day. And she has to carry the burden for Kaho and the Night Owl. Loser goes down to a lower bracket final versus Happy tomorrow. A situation you'd rather not want to be in. Starting with the Claw, and 40 switches it up as well with the Mountain King. This is the modern Chinese style of human versus Night Owl. We'll see if this works better than the Archmage. MK first versus Warden, the old Terraner stand classic. Warden has to accelerate like crazy. Mountain King, of course, doesn't offer a lot of mana to anything else. Doesn't offer summons. But once these hammers fly, they hurt. And the Warden is relatively squishy. She's a free spirit, moving left and right, jumping up and down with blink. Mountain King can stop that. Stumble focus. Trying to save these archers, you need them for creeping later, but the Warden is here again with the Fan of Knives. 40 split against this to a degree. So we rather conserve that mana and kill that worker with the Shadow Priest. So this is a very, very late expansion. This is exactly what has to happen. But there is a threat in the base and the Warden has to portal home. Probably a net win. And how do you deal with the Footman now? Is the Warden strong enough to deal with the Footman? There's no other fortification. No defend. Expo not cancelled. Archers hide in the shadow. And with only 3 Footmen, there shouldn't be an existential threat. Ooh, 40 has to wait for the power build. Militia time is over now. That's a solid 30-second delay. And the Mountain King is blasting through the mana for like 1 kill. Wisps are being sacrificed to keep that mana low. But we have Bash. So every now and then you get a little damage boost. Kaho is suffering though. If you keep the Warden busy, what can you do? And archers... Oh, double bash! Archers don't hold against the Footman. Is Kaho playing this too risky? Is he looking somewhere else? No deny. Not zero pressure, but very low pressure on this Mountain King. There was a lot of bashes. And a late Hunter's Horn. Kaho's massively slowed down. And 40's Expo is up. Do you still play Naga against this? even though it's a Mountain King. Frost Arrow can be a blessing. Has to use Shadow Strikes now to finally get that MK out of your face. Fortitude again with the perfect analysis. Had the right read with the Warden. Played Mountain King against the Warden. And he's playing a fine Mountain King against that Warden. He makes it look so simple. His power lies oftentimes in economy, disruption, usage of footmen. But the Warden is level 3 now.
Forces are under attack.
Big difference. But Mountain King gets the same and both get a big mana. Let's go. Let's spam these spells.
A player's forces are under attack.
Trying to get some kills in. Trying to hurt the footman, but 40 has the shredder up. Was Lumber actually low? We got 23 workers already. Investing into a Zeppelin now, which is wonderful versus the Warden. Maybe he doesn't even need that. Can he Zeppelin drop with the shredder? Gets the bash again! No way! She has no blink and there's no zap. It's on cooldown. Boom! He annihilates that Warden. Thordin Rockbeard. He's rocking that map for sure. Oh, that's the downside of going Shadow Strike. He wanted that damage so bad. And he didn't see the potion, maybe. Didn't calculate that potion in. Now what? Greater mana on the other side. But the Stormbolt hits hard. And the bash again? Maybe? Oh, he can fly over the trees. Fortitude with great movement. Can he reach? Shadow Strike. Zeppelin. Do we have mana? We do! Double kill Fortitude. Completely explodes and gets the revenge for the DWCC Grand Final in China, where Kaho was the one eliminating Fortitude. What a sick display of skill with Mountain King, Zeppelin, Shredder. Completely outplayed Kaho. No chance. Double kill. Very greedy at this point. Trying to slow down the Mountain King. Didn't work at all, but the perfect usage of unit abilities and hero abilities in the hands of the best player in the world. Who can stop me? Not Lin, not Jens, not Loliot, not Happy, and for sure not Kaho. On map 1, was 40 awake? Did he just wake up from a nap? That wasn't him. Map 2, 3, 4. That was him. The big bout machine showing up once again when it counts most. And he's gonna be the guy to beat tomorrow in the grand final of DWCC. Absolute beast mode. While map 2 and 3 were rather strategically playing into the strength of the human, of course. And the expo play, this game didn't need an expo. This game was purely Mountain King skill. And Kaho, as ready as he was against the players in this bracket so far, the 1-2-0s and the SOKs, and against the Archmages and the big battles that he had against SOK, he wasn't ready for Fortitude. Ataria, thank you for the 4 years, you lovely soul. Kaho couldn't follow it up. This performance today, for sure his weakest. It seems like everyone was off today. Happy not canceling expansions. Fortitude. Game 1 was a bit off. SOK. I really hope he's alright. I really hope that everything is alright, because that was the weakest SOK I've maybe ever seen. And Kaho also. Again, the undecorated players can't perform under pressure and can't perform when they're so close to the finish line. We had 2 world champions here in Fortitude and Happy. They played a good game, even though not a perfect game. But the 2 undecorated players who didn't win the big championships, both disappointing. Kaho has another chance tomorrow to claim a rematch. And that will be decided in the lower bracket versus Happy. Kaho versus Happy has established itself as quite the classic. It's been a TPL Grand Final. It's been a War 3 Champions Grand Final. Whenever Kaho had a deep run, at some point he had to go up against Happy. And then usually Happy wins. Kaho hasn't defeated Happy in 11 months. Tomorrow is the time. Tomorrow is the time to show what you're really made of. We remember the upper bracket in the TPL more or less 2 years ago, where Kaho reverse swept him. We need that Kaho tomorrow. And hopefully he's now in a position where he thinks, okay, I got nothing to lose anymore. I got top 3. That is a great performance. That's a great run for someone who flew a little bit under the radar. He got 2,500 bucks save. So everything from here on out for Kaho is bonus. And maybe that's where he thrives. Otherwise, we get ourselves the 40 versus Happy rematch from the winner bracket semifinal. These games will be played tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m. Central European time. The bracket as it stands. And you know, sometimes you have banger semifinals and a banger round of 4, and then the grand final is super underwhelming. And then sometimes you got underwhelming semifinals, but you saved the fireworks for the final day. And hopefully this is the case here now. Of course, sometimes both is fine, and sometimes both is shit. Happens. But this is the bracket as it stands. SOK, we had to say goodbye to him after eliminating Lin and Jens and Starbuck. He fell to the lower bracket where he then proceeded to eliminate Lawlight. But SOK is out. And Happy so far has a great run versus Human in the lower bracket. 3-1 versus Starbuck today. SOK beat SOK. It seems like the stars are aligning for a Happy Fortitude Grand Final. Judging from today. They were clearly the better players today. But never underestimate Wonderboy. Hopefully he has a good night of sleep now. Get some targeted practice in. Because Happy has played 1 series versus Night Elf so far. And that was versus Colorful. And there he lost the map. And to be honest, Happy could have lost more here if not for Colorful massively fumbling. So don't count 40 out yet. Don't count him out. Regardless, we're going to have some wonderful Warcraft tomorrow. So there's a new league happening, which is called Pro League. And it's a team league. We have teams like Storm with Hinagiku and Danger and Cloud. We got Slide with Inspired and Cement, really cool team. Wow with Cars and them all, and PCG and Cine. We got UMAD, one of my favorite teams. Arc Bizarre, Hailua, Jens, Smurf, Toxie, Lemes, and Berin. We got some donkey business representatives. Really cool to see. TDK was, of course, some questionable personas, but some nice people as well. The nice lads of PA with Starbuck and Lawlight and Soen and Pato and Kraft and Scars and Dark and Kubert and Phalo and Icy and Fishy and Reva and Decker. Some Orgas in there as well. The people of Bremen with the Knopf, Teko, Ido, Shosh, Rain, and Little DC. And today is day 1. Slide against Bremen. This is pretty much a B team. But shout out to Razor winning a map against Poncho, and also Thedelius winning a map against Cement. Go, 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 go. Do we have the PA? Oh, that's a one-sided affair. I thought I might stream a couple of these games. But that is looking rough. This game is at 6. Okay, so it's not too much happening here. I got some technical difficulties anyway. Sorry about the frame drops today. Seems like I'm gonna fix my tech difficulties so we don't have that tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in, and hopefully everything is fine tomorrow. I'm gonna raid you over to my friend Fishy, who is casting. I see. Who is casting the Clan War of Phantom Aces versus Quao Academy. Let me confirm that he's actually doing that. I think he's in voice with the other people.
For the skeletons.
Obviously a lot better against
the
birds, right?
They're casting together. This should be cool. Some Clan War fun stuff. If I'm in the mood and if I fix everything, I'll be back later for some Flow TV games, maybe in the evening hours. But yeah, let me take care of some stuff. I thank you. There was a lot of people tuning in. I kind of let you down with the tech stuff, but when they switched to KK, everything fell apart. I apologize for that. That's what I take care for this now, so we don't have that to happen tomorrow. And enjoy some good old Clan Wars here at Fishy Stream. Much love to Fishy. Take care. Tomorrow, final day of DWCC.